Can you believe what we just saw? Down 4-1 to one of the top Stanley Cup contenders, Montreal, and Juraj Slafkovsky mount one of the most improbable comebacks of the entire 2024-25 season, capped by a Dvorak tying goal. Slafkovsky getting 2 goals with now 8 goals since the Four Nations break. There is a bunch of stuff to get into. Yeah, it was a shootout loss, but it doesn't matter. The fact that this team never gives up is one of the most insane things, Jesse, in the whole league right now. And the Montreal Canadiens, the Bell Center, it is the spot to be. They give life. They breathe life into this team to keep having these comebacks. Now, I don't like being down every game, but to be down 4-1 against Colorado, against McKinnon and Makar in the third, and to come back and win the game, it's gotten to the point where we genuinely look at any score on the scoreboard and we say, you know what? This team can do it.
That's it. We had just full faith that the Montreal Canadiens would find a way to make lemonade out of this game somehow. And guess what, Josh? They did just that. They just kept getting better and better as this game went on. They keep getting better and better as the season goes off. And for sure, we want to avoid trying to get behind the 8 ball when we can. But again, just that on-brand, no-quit character from the Montreal Canadiens really culminating to a high-tempo third period from the Montreal Canadiens, playing just some amazing hockey. I think there's just so much to be proud of a young team finding a way to rally. Of course, we want to get those 2 points right now, but again, finding a way this late in the season to get a much needed point here is very, very important.
I just flashed about 6 pictures, and just because this is to show why the point's important, I have a lot of interesting stuff from this game, but absolutely, like right now, wait, no, that's not the right picture. That's the right picture. That was the old picture. Goodness me, so many pictures. Montreal is now officially locked into that second wildcard spot again. Now, New York Rangers, they did win today, but the Islanders only got 1 point today, so to stay 2 points ahead of them was crucial, and again, the Rangers have played 2 more games, so this point was so crucial. You're going to look back down the stretch and say the fact we got a point in that Islanders game, in that game against the Avalanche, that is going to mean so much down the stretch. And again, it's 2 OT losses in a row. Still though, Jesse, what's that now? Points in 12 of the last 13? I think that's what it is now, right?
Yep.
Like, this team just refuses to give up, and in large part due to Juraj Slafkovsky. 13 points in 13 games. I actually don't know if that counts tonight. I think it does. 8 goals since the Four Nations break, not to mention 46 hits. This guy, he said he wanted to play like Brady Tkachuk, and he just does now, Jesse. Slavzilla is real. I mean, I think he's got to be the player of the game for me, and the sticks over there, but like, the fact that he is winning these board battles, shooting the puck more, these tips in front, he's getting more chances. We've been talking tonight about bringing Slav bombs back on the power play, something we saw over the last couple of years, but he has been a completely different version of himself. He's, in moments, been the most impactful player on this team.
Yeah, for sure. And we're starting to be able to bank on him getting in these tip goals. Again, pun intended here. It's like this. I love that it's kind of like consistent part of his game now toolkit. And obviously a very highly effective, high percentage type of skill for him to have. But again, we see him battling, so like ferocious Slavzilla coming off the boards, emerging with the puck. And what is he doing, Josh? What we've been waiting for him so long to do. He's shooting it. It's contagious. It's passing on to Lane Hudson at this point in time. And right for him to do so, because he knows that Mackenzie Blackwood, he's not infallible in that. You can get goals behind him. So again, just so big tonight, what he was doing. Again, our boy Joshua Waldo as well, getting up on the scoreboard, like being big for this team, like getting those key opportunistic type of goal scorer goals, like just having a nose for the net, kind of, and I love that they're a little bit dirty too, a little bit cheeky. Just the puck's hanging around in front and he's getting there again, showing how smart the Montreal Canadiens management was for kind of getting him over Beck right now, because this is 2 goals in 2 games that have been very big for this team, where if not, we're maybe missing out on 2 points, for us in the standings here. So again, amazing call up. I've always been a Josh Waugh guy, amazing to see him playing so well right now.
For sure, and that whole line honestly has been good. Like, look, Line has his ups and downs. That shootout goal, like, if Montreal, that was just, I don't even know how someone that big has hands that soft. It's insane. But I don't have a video of that. But I wanted to shout out Alex Newhook as well, because just he has been, like, look, the points aren't necessarily coming. The goals aren't necessarily coming. But this dude could have had like a hat trick in each of the last 2 games. There's something crazy going on with him. These rushes that he's taking to the net, even this one here, like he has 2, 3, 4 of these every game. And look, I know he's snake bitten. He's not able to finish right now and he's getting in. but my goodness, he created that Joshua Watt chance. He's creating so much offense for his team. There's a reason he got 15 minutes, and a guy like Joshua Watt only got 11 on this night. Look, Laine actually got 17 and a half, which is good, a lot of power play time. But I thought Newhook has been playing really, really well as well, Jesse. And look, that the second and third lines, we can talk about Dvorak too, but they have been coming up so clutch for this team now when the depth scoring. Look, Slav had 2 goals tonight, but Caufield's on a bit of a cold spell. Suzuki's getting points, another point tonight, but again, maybe a little bit of a cold spell in terms of goals. It's that middle six that is stepping up and creating these chances, and they were a huge part in this tonight. Not just one, but like all of these guys.
For sure. And Newhook is a little bit of like the new Josh Anderson right now.
Yeah.
But if he continues to play this way, he's going to get rewarded. Like, how many chances did he get where he is just coming so close, where he just needs to take, like, just kind of tuck it away there. But again, just kind of with his skating, he can get to those great positions. I believe we just focus, keep it simple for right now, just kind of get it on the net, and it's going to start going in for him right now. So nice to see him elevating his game when the team really needs him the most right now.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many players doing so many good things. But I wanted to highlight 2 guys again, because this Knicks is actually, first, I just wanted to shout out Arber Xhekaj. I don't put the video because sometimes the videos get demonetized for this. But he put a beating on what's his name, Middleton. Oh my goodness. And this is just a screenshot to show. Dude, he had an ice pack on his hand for a reason. Honestly, though, maybe even a little note on that, Jesse. Like, I did think this kind of sparked the team a bit. Like, the team started playing a little faster after this, as it does. Now, obviously, Montreal, they got caught flat-footed, which is not something you love to see Saturday night at home. Seems to be a bit of a theme this year sometimes. Maybe, you get too overzealous, but I love seeing Xhekaj do this before we dive into that first line to end this thing off.
For sure. And a very good call, Josh, because that was an important momentum swing in this game, clear out, winning that fight there. And it was very opportunistic where it didn't need to happen, but okay, this is a moment where maybe I can kind of get some energy for his team, because they were desperately kind of needing a little bit of a push there. And for sure, that absolutely helped them. Mm-hmm. So again, great for X to kind of know his spots. And this is kind of showing the maturity of his game, where sometimes maybe he's kind of been baited in the past. We're kind of playing into helping the momentum for the other team. This is very clever for him on his side to really know his spots and kind of, obviously 2 birds with 1 stone there, getting the momentum for his team and asserting himself in a fight.
Yeah, it was really awesome. But yeah, honestly, that was a great thing. There was a lot of great stuff coming from the middle six as well. But like, honestly, this game was won thanks to Juraj Slafkovsky in big part, who is now, look, he has how many games left now? I think 13 games left this season to go out and get, another 7 points to tie his career high from last year. Only needs 4 more goals to tie that. 28 goals in his last 13. Insane stuff. Nick Suzuki up to 72 points in 69 games. He has 13 games to go out and get 10 points, Jesse. Them and also Mike Matheson tonight. I know you guys know I'm a Matheson truther. There's sometimes I don't love what he does, but holy crap, that overtime period tonight basically allowed us to get to that shootout. He was unbelievable in this game. But these 3 guys, I don't mean to put Caufield out of this, because I thought he had a good game. He's just a bit snake bitten, right? But it's our top performers, Jesse, who night in, night out, even if they're not getting a ton of points, you look here, Matheson ended up not getting a point, but played actually less than Hudson tonight. Slav did get his 2 goals, which you love to see, and Suzuki did get his 1 point to keep that alive, but 20 points since the 4 Nations break. But again, it's those top guys that even when the depth scoring is kind of what gets you more back into this game, and Slav, these guys being out there to produce in one way or another, even if it's not in terms of points, is what's really helping this team just stay consistent through this stretch.
And we really need it, because it wasn't our best kind of defensive outing earlier there. So we kind of needed to start playing a little bit more Colorado's end. And you could tell that this team was a little bit tentative, kind of starting off the game a little bit. But as they kind of went on, a young team, they realized, no, wait, we've been playing some really good hockey here. We can definitely kind of compete with them. So it took a little bit of time, and obviously Slav being a huge part of that, being very noticeable once again, here out on the ice, so really doing some key things at this time for the team when they need it the most. And again, I love that he's just simplifying his play. I love that he's realizing just to be a little bit more selfish, that it's okay when he's coming down Broad Street and he's got a head full of steam, that it's just okay to let the puck rip. He's got a heavy shot. He's leaning into it right now. So really liking that about his game.
That heavy shot after winning that board battle, it's like, why don't you do this more often? That's a hard shot.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't get that many opportunities. He's planted in front of the net a lot, but like weaponizing that shot, the fact he has 16 goals, he could very easily get another 20-goal season. This time, like without really ever taking those power play bombs, without really weaponizing that lethal wrister as much as he could. I think that's just a sign of some big things to come. But let us know what you guys felt down below. Getting a point here is so crucial. Again, one final look at the standings before we go. It's going to be some big games coming up. A couple of big weeks for Montreal, continuing to get points when they matter, and it just feels like we can go out there and get a point, come back, do anything against anyone. But that'll do it for this episode of Habs Digest. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 20K. You guys are coming back every single day. We're going to be here every single day, all the rest of the season, all playoffs long. I'm Josh Gosse, my coach, Jesse Poirier. We'll catch you in the next one.